Everything is fine, job is fine, relationship is fine, you're sleeping okay, nothing is on fire, and then you pick a fight about nothing. You miss the one deadline that mattered. You say the thing you knew you shouldn't say.
I do this.
Everyone does this, and almost nobody knows why, because it doesn't look like self-destruction from the inside. It looks like bad luck, a mistake, a coincidence. It's not. Let's call it what it is, self-sabotage. And before you say that's too dramatic, self-sabotage doesn't always look dramatic. It's not always quitting your job or blowing up a relationship. Sometimes it's just not replying to the email, arriving late to the thing that mattered, picking the fight the night before the important day.
I've done all three of those.
Most people have. And here's the part that breaks people's brains. It's not random. It's not carelessness. It has a name. It has a mechanism. And it has been studied for 40 years.
The clinical term is self-handicapping. It was first documented by Stephen Bergwis and Edward Jones at Duke University in 1978. They found that people deliberately create obstacles for themselves before high-stakes situations, not to fail, to have an excuse if they do.
So I'm not sabotaging myself. I'm protecting myself from the shame of failing.
You're insuring against it. If you fail while distracted, exhausted, or unprepared, you can point to those conditions. The threat isn't failure. The threat is what failure would mean about you if you tried your best.
Your brain would rather be the person who failed because they didn't try than the person who tried everything and still failed.
That's the saddest thing I've ever heard.
It's also extremely common.
But self-handicapping only explains one layer. The deeper mechanism is what Gay Hendricks calls the upper limit problem. The idea is that every person carries an internal thermostat for how much good they're allowed to feel, how much success, how much joy, how much peace. When you exceed that internal ceiling, the brain corrects.
The brain corrects.
Automatically, without asking you. If your identity is built around struggle, difficulty, being the person who almost makes it, then ease becomes unfamiliar. Comfort becomes threatening. The brain interprets prolonged good circumstances as a sign that something is wrong.
Because something has never stayed good this long before.
So it manufactures a problem, a fight, a mistake, a reason to return to the familiar baseline.
My brain is nostalgic for when things were bad.
Your brain is optimized for what it recognizes. What it recognizes is what you grew up in, what you practiced, what you repeated. Good things are unfamiliar. Unfamiliar means danger.
This is why people leave stable relationships for unstable ones. Turn down promotions. Disappear when things start working. It's not stupidity. It's calibration to a ceiling that was set a long time ago. So what does upper limiting actually look like day to day? Because it doesn't announce itself. It disguises itself as everything else.
Like what?
Like suddenly picking fights with the person you love right after something good happens. Getting sick the week of a major opportunity, procrastinating on the exact thing that could change your situation, starting drama in a group that was finally getting along, losing things, breaking things, forgetting things that somehow always seem to be the important things.
I thought it was just bad at keeping track of stuff.
The pattern is the tell. Isolated incidents are bad luck. If the disruption consistently follows good news, a positive development, or a period of stability, it is the upper limit mechanism activating.
You're not unlucky. You're on a leash, and you set the length of it yourself.
Okay, that one actually hurt.
Studies on intergenerational patterns show that people reliably recreate the emotional conditions of their childhood home. Not because they want to, because the nervous system was calibrated there. If your early environment was unstable, unpredictable, or emotionally chaotic, your nervous system learned to monitor for threat. Calm became the danger signal, because calm in that environment preceded the next disruption.
So my childhood is still setting my ceiling.
Your nervous system does not distinguish between then and now. It only distinguishes between familiar and unfamiliar. You have been living inside a thermostat you did not set and cannot see.
Nova. That's a lot.
It is accurate.
Okay? Here's the thing about the upper limit. You can raise it. It's not permanent. It's not fate. It is a pattern. And patterns can be interrupted. Step 1. Recognize the trigger. Good things happen. Watch what comes next. Not days later. Within hours. The urge to start a fight. The sudden exhaustion. The catastrophic thinking. That's the ceiling activating. Just naming it. That's the upper limit. Interrupts the automatic correction.
This is called pattern interruption. Naming the mechanism creates a gap between the trigger and the response. You cannot act on a pattern. You cannot see. Making it visible is the first structural change.
So I just have to notice when I'm about to blow something up.
Notice it, name it, and don't act on it. The urge will pass. The ceiling rises incrementally every time you tolerate good circumstances instead of dismantling them.
You're not fixing yourself. You're expanding the range of what your nervous system considers safe. That takes repetition. It takes time. But it starts with one moment of not picking the fight you were about to pick.
What if I've already picked it?
Then you start again after that. You are not a person who destroys things because you're broken or self-destructive or secretly want to fail. You are a person whose nervous system learned very precisely, very early, exactly how much good it was allowed to have. And it has been enforcing that limit ever since. Without your permission, without your awareness,
Can you raise it all the way?
you can raise it as high as you're willing to tolerate discomfort, which is uncomfortable, which is the whole problem.
Most people spend their lives solving problems they created to feel competent. It is easier to fix a crisis than to sit with unearned peace. Destruction is familiar. Growth is not.
I need to sit with that.
That's actually the right answer. We'll see you next week on HumanWired.
Don't pick a fight on the way out.